prisoners. For your crimes against Doriath, you have been exiled to the forsaken continent of Rayclass. The Magisters of Doriath are merciful and have granted all exiles one weapon. Choose wisely. Ariath has bestowed a gift upon you, a chance to redeem your crimes, a new life. Do not squander it.
Yeah, somehow I don't think this guy has a new life. I sort of think he bit the dust. Anyways, this is FTV Vladerag, and we're going to be playing Path of Exile on Anarchy League. I thought for a while about doing Onslaught, and you know what, I don't actually have a problem with doing Onslaught, but I like Anarchy. I love the hostile rogue exiles. It just adds a little bit of excitement. And I'm going to be playing as a witch, doing a lot of summoning and things like that. So,
They were right to fear me. If only they had listened to their cowardice. Had they not taken my home with fire, I would not have taken their children. Now I'm banished to Rayclass. I've heard the dark rumors, seen the terror in the other exiles' eyes. But to me, one land is like any other. The elements are my allies, the dead are my servants, and fear will be my closest friend.
yeah, unfortunately you can't choose to be a guy if you want to be a witch. There is no warlock. I am now a girl with some very pretty hair and no shoes apparently. Whatever, let's do this. Bring it on, Twilight Strand. I'm about to kick you down. Now, I will confess to a couple of things. One, I've tried to make this video several times. It did not work. And two, that I've already played Path of Exile for a while, meaning I sort of stacked my stash. And, yeah, I might, after I get through the Twilight Strand, I'm going to have a whole lot of things going for me. A lot of items, a lot of abilities, and we're going to see how it all works out. In the end, I hope you don't hate me, but when I do play through Onslaught, which it won't be,
The dead will soon rise for me, not against me.
I do love that. Yes, they will. When I do actually start to play on Onslaught, I will lose my stash. Well, I won't really lose it, but it will be start a whole new instance of it, meaning that basically I won't have that advantage, and I will be playing through Onslaught at some point here in the future. Now, I do think that Rangers and Witches have an advantage on Twilight Strand because of the ranged ability, and the fact that they're faster than any of their opponents basically means I can kite all of these things to death except for those blasted sand spitters. Oh gosh, I was trying to cast a fireball and realized I didn't have it equipped. That's right, you see, you have to equip your skills in this game. I know it's not totally a new concept. I will confess that I never really liked the idea too much. I mean, yeah, it feels like it's not really my ability at this point. I'm not the one casting fireballs. I'm just using a gem. But you know what? It's okay. We will deal with that as it comes. Don't want to get surrounded here. Ooh, Iron Hat. It's unidentified though. One of the things about this game is that your opponents really aren't that strong. There is no I don't find anyways. There is no, whoops, wrong one. There is no singularly strong opponent that you really have to fight. On the other hand, there are a lot of weak ones. And if you get surrounded, it's sort of the same concept of Zerglings. You get surrounded, it's all over. Or it can be anyways. There's some ways out of it. You know, there's some skills, there's some techniques, there's some Gosu micro. Yes, I'm using that term to describe this. And yeah, we'll see what happens in the end. You know, talking about this game, though, you can't really talk about it without talking about Diablo 3. Because, like, 90% of the people, although I've muted the chat because they're like YouTube comments sometimes, you know, they just drive you insane. A lot of these people, you know, it's often quite the debate about, well, is this really as good as Diablo 3? Was Diablo 3 really as bad? A lot of people really hate Diablo 3, and I mean really hate it. And Path of Exile is supposed to be a lot like Diablo 2. Now, confession time. When I was a kid, they didn't let me play Diablo 2. I was allowed to play some things that were one level above my current age, meaning that when I was 10, I could play StarCraft, or I think it was like 8 or 9 at the time when I actually started playing StarCraft. They let me play StarCraft, but Mom, can I play Diablo? No, you can't. It's rated M. For mature. My cousins, of course, wouldn't. You know, they were just too law-abiding.
I'd be a dead woman by now.
I just love how nonchalant. She's like, and I thought I'd be dead by now. Oh, look at the time. We'll be looking to play for about 45 minutes to an hour for this part 1 here. Of course, we will actually be playing through the entirety of Act 1 on Anarchy. If it's popular, I'll be playing through all. I will be actually going on to Act 2. I hate these things. Act 2 and doing this on Onslaught as a shadow, because I like shadows. Ooh, it just sounds awesome. Anyways, if you don't like it, well, I'll play through Act 1 and probably just let it be. I'll play for my own enjoyment. There is nothing bad about that. Sorry, where was I? I was talking about Diablo 2. Yeah, they wouldn't let me play, but my cousins did follow the letter of the law, if not the spirit, so they let me sit by and watch them, meaning I got to watch them play Diablo 2 and its expansion. They wouldn't let me personally play. Oh, the pain and suffering of watching it happen and not being able to touch it. Either way, made me who I am today. I have a choice here. Oh, I should probably introduce everybody to Skildrasil, obviously named after Yggdrasil, or however it's pronounced, which is the Norse world tree, which connects all the worlds and whatnot. This is the passive skill tree. Now, basically it means you can customize your character in so many ways, and unless you're following a very specific build, no two characters are going to be alike. And I love that. It's something I just love the hell out of in this game. Now, my first choice, of course, is between mana regeneration and spell damage. I'm going for spell damage because, let's face it, I've got these potions basically here, which always refill as you kill things, meaning that so long as I'm killing, I basically have an infinite amount of mana. Of course, the mana regeneration does make a difference in boss battles where you have less to kill and, basically there's one thing you gotta kill and whatnot. Nevertheless, I still favor damage over regeneration. Just a personal preference, perhaps. Anyways, gonna be killing off these doohickeys here, the sand spitters. What specifically are they? Now that's the thing. I have learned a good deal about the lore of this game, but I feel like I'm just missing a ton. And there isn't really a place you can learn about it either, and that's what bothers me. I'm still trying to figure it all out, dodging the zombies and whatnot, or the drowned. My fireball gym levels up, and that's the thing. Your gyms and skills level up as well as you do. They become stronger as well, meaning that Fireball it might actually be viable in the late game. Now, the thing is, when I very first played through this, I don't even think I talked to the guy. I'm just like, well, I'm just going to ignore you and go on with my life. Which actually, by the way, is what I'm going to be doing soon. I'm not actually going to talk to anybody in the town because, why bother? Yeah, I know what they're going to say, and I'm sort of curious to see if I can fulfill all the quests before talking to them. Just because wouldn't that be fun? It's something I always like to do, is get things done, and just be like, yeah, I've already done that. If you play games like Morrowind or the Elder Scroll games, sometimes they react, and they're like, and it's like, yes, we're sending you to kill this guy, and it's just like, oh, that guy? Yeah, he's dead, and it's like, oh, well, you're efficient, and I just love that. Doubt they'll have the same reaction here, but hey, whatever. Let's give it a shot. He's going to be drawing that sword. Not that it matters. What he really needs to do is put on a pair of running shoes, because I'm kiting all day long. Later, I'll actually be able to get an ability called Ice Wall, which is so much like, it's like what Force Field would be if Force Field did damage, which just sounds so ridiculously overpowered in StarCraft for those of you who don't know what I'm referencing, which would be odd since I am a StarCraft commentator. So yeah, I don't know how you got to my channel without that. Whatever, not too important. There we go, he dies. Nothing really difficult there, just going to take all his junk, identify, I don't need to identify any of this, honestly, because I'm just going to be selling, whatever, let's just identify the rare stuff. Ooh, wow, that's actually okay, a lot of resistances there, and that's not bad at all. Only problem is they're totally useless to me, right? That's the sort of the funny point. Is that all of this stuff is just absolutely useless to me except to sell because I have my stash. And once you see all the glory, which is my stash, basically it sort of makes... What's a barrel? It's not even a floating barrel. It's just a barrel sitting there. I don't really want that. I don't even really want any of this crap. No. 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 Whoa, ho, ho. Keep that. Don't want to lose this. And throw that out. And throw this out. And throw this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep the golds just because they might actually be worth a shard of alchemy, which I love shards of alchemy. Oh my gosh, orbs of alchemy, one of the best things in this game. So yeah, we're going to be going on. This is Lion Eye's Watch. Now you have to wonder what actually protects the people here, because like 90% of this is players. There's like, if you actually count up the NPCs, there's like 6. And by the way, this is the stash. Oh, wow, I was actually moving that. This is the glorious sash of glory. And this is, well, everything I've prepared for myself. I'm going to be setting this here, and this here, and this there. Now I'm just going to load up. And if you're wondering, I was talking earlier about how I can use these, how I can use spells and whatnot to, I'm sorry, lost my train of thought there for half a second. How I can use my abilities to kite my opponents. And you might be saying, why do you have nailed fists? And the reasoning is because I like to get up close and personal. I don't actually like to risk anything. And as you watch, you'll find that I don't actually risk a thing. Probably shouldn't have thrown out the barrel shoes or whatever they were. Yeah, I will not actually take any risks doing this. These will actually give me life and mana on kill, or this one should. Oh, yep, there it is. +3 life gained, +3 life gained, and this one, of course, adds mana on kill, something very, very useful. You'll notice these have gems within them as well. Let's see. Do I have my dual strike? I believe that's Reeve, and freezing pulse, raise zombie. Spark can go there. Glacial Hammer is not actually useful. Heavy Strike, not useful. Most of these things I can't really use, and probably never really will be able to. Sort of a shame there. Not that it totally matters to me. There's Dual Strike. Perfect. Now we have some abilities. Don't know why it's not letting me... Okay, the Freezing Pulse, I need to actually... hold on. I want Freezing Pulse there. Dual Strike's fine there. Actually, you know what? It's not. We're going to put that as Spark. And this one will be... Dual Strike.
That would just make life complicated.
Alright, there we go. Now my ability to raise zombies is what's really going to give me the advantage here as I run barefoot out into the wilderness. Basically, and yeah, I'm not talking to anybody. Screw them, I'm going to complete every quest for this game, or at least for Act 1, before talking to them, just to make my life interesting and see what happens. Anyway,
The very
so I'm sort of
sound
a...
shivers with malice. There's a power here that welcomes me.
Is there? That doesn't make much sense. Anyway, so we're going to begin. Oh, one hit. Now you see the sort of the advantage of the energy shield is that I'm not actually taking damage. And now my minions rise. I'm only allowed 3 at the moment, but that will grow in time. I can't wait for that, honestly. This is going to be fun. What is this ability? I have no idea what Reeve actually does. I'm just sort of using it for the fun of it. Uh-oh. Okay, that guy's dangerous. And yeah, you really don't want to get surrounded. That is very, very dangerous. Because, yeah, they might not be strong individually, but they are very strong in mass. En masse. However you want to call that. So yeah, basically the goal here is to not die. La la la. And the guys carrying flames, they killed all my zombies basically just by throwing fire at them. Very dangerous. Also, interesting note about the scrolls here. I'm going to do a little bit of a talk here for a second. There is no gold or anything like that in this game. Instead, they use currency items. Basically, the lowest level of currency is the Scroll of Wisdom, which also is used to identify items. And all of the currency items actually have a use, which of course makes it a little dangerous to actually spend them.
To learn is to live.
Indeed it is, Miss Witch, Vladerag, who is me. But it makes it a little dangerous to actually spend items. We're going to go for spell damage again. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm actually heading towards this, the Lord of the Dead. Because Lord of the Dead rocks. It's possibly like the most useful thing ever. Look at that damage, life, more allies basically. Very useful, even though I'm not actually using a lot of spells right now. Although I certainly could if I wanted to. I have the ability to use Freezing Pulse. This game is very interesting in the... I find it very interesting in the ability for you to use other things. Like, how many other options? What I'm using right now is basically the weapons and options of a shadow. And that's how I'm really playing. Well, I'm playing as a Shadow Might. But, yeah, I mean, how many games, a lot of games sort of lock you in. It's like, if you are a wizard, you cannot use a sword, or you can't use, you know, nailed fists. Whereas in this game, you really can. You can sort of do whatever you want. And oh, you are not throwing that at me. And I like that a lot. Now, eventually here, there's going to be a guy called, Fire Fury. It's going to be basically my first real challenge. You might say, well, wasn't Hillock a challenge? No, Hillock doesn't really challenge anybody, I don't think. Maybe a warrior. No, not even a warrior, because they get heavy strike, and that makes them really, like, they can basically just beat the crap out of Hillock. Anything here of useful? I sort of like collecting the flasks, so I'm going to do that. Because you can use them to build more... Oh, there we go. Gonna have to engage this just perfectly. And you can see how this all of a sudden becomes very difficult once my zombies die. There we go, and you bite the dust. So have all my zombies. This is actually why I chose the spiked, basically the claw unit set over the wands, which I used before, because when you use wands, you don't get any health off hit. Basically, there's a magic effect for health off kill, but basically, as I'm hitting these guys, I'm gaining life, which can make it very difficult for them to kill me. What is this doing? Reeve. Attacks a small area in front of you. Each consecutive reeve hits the enemy, increases the area of effect. Huh. No idea how to even explain that. Whatever. It's all good. Gonna kick this corpse here, I think. Nothing there important. Anyways, just gonna be moving on. I'm actually, normally I have my map out. I'm actually keeping it down for now, mostly because I sort of understand this area and don't really need the map. While I said that each instance, you can't gain anything by studying it, that is true, but there are very certain things that are very common between them. Also, by the way, I love how just instantly you're able to summon zombies, and these zombies don't time out. Isn't that brilliant? You can raise the dead, and they don't have to worry about them just, like, falling over halfway through. Skeletons do have a time limit, Of course, the thing is you don't actually need to have bodies to summon them. As you will have seen, I actually did need to summon these. I did need to raise these guys from bodies. So that is sort of a disadvantage that they have as I just murder my way through everybody here. Anyway, oh hell no, fire and that's not good. Yeah, you notice how the fire all of a sudden changes everything and just like burns me down. It's because I have basically no HP and no health or energy shield. What I'm doing, I'm just basically stealing every piece of energy and mana from my opponents, which of course is something I like to do. And no, I'm not going to put greaves on. I'm going barefoot. Because I like freedom or something. I don't know. Whatever. I basically just don't like greaves. The blacksmith's whetstone. This is actually another currency item that's used to improve the quality of weapons, and it's sort of what was it used for again? Basically, it's used for certain weapons or certain things that you can buy. Although most often you'll be using orbs of transmutation to buy weapons. Some really rare ones. There we go. Require things like a glass blower's bauble or things like that. Either way, I'm just going to be moving on through, killing off all things I can, because experience matters a great deal. Almost the entirety of my point in this game. This is also possibly the greatest, I feel, of all the early game things that you'll want. Orb of Transmutation. It's going to allow me to do this. It allows me to turn a normal item into a magic item. I did it with a flask to give me a more stun recovery, mostly because everything else I have is already magic in some extent. So it's not really, you can't really use it on those things. And so I'm going to continue to reave my way through this game. Wow, this is fun. I've never used reave. The last game I always used wands. Of course, the pity is that eventually I'm going to get an ability called Necro Aegis, which will give me a shield, will allow me to pass the ability of my shield onto my minions here. And of course, at that point, it really becomes sort of silly to continue to use a claws. I don't know. The pity of life, that I can't have everything I want at once. I don't know, were it up to me, you see, I'd arm them. I'd be like, you, take that iron hat and iron gauntlets, and, yeah, wear them. But no one listens to me. I mean, even though they're my zombies. Oh, well, I can't have everything in life, right? Yeah, and you see, this game is sort of a lot like this. There's a lot of hack and slash, killing your way through just mob after mob. And a lot of people like that. I must confess, I certainly do as well. Oop, didn't mean to do that, but that was the map, in case you're wondering. Which at certain points in the future I'm definitely going to need, especially in the prison. Oh my gosh, without the map I would have no idea who or what I was even. If you're wondering, you're saying, wow, this game looks easy. It's actually, the first time you go through it, not so much. There's a mix of things, like A, knowing what you're doing, that makes a difference. B, again, remember I stacked the deck for me. These items are they're basically allowing me to move through this much faster, much easier than most people really get the option to do. Of course, once again, on Onslaught, I won't. Which, of course, is why I'll be using wands so that I'm able to kite. And I really shouldn't say it was any less easy. It wasn't that it was less easy, it was that it took me longer to do it, which is partly why I stacked the deck, because who really wants to watch me kiting zombies all day long? Or picking off sand splitters. You'd rather just see somebody cut right through to the heart of the matter and continue on, though I still admit I do have a little bit of selfishness in the fact that I'm just not going to jump quite ahead. Cast speed or cast, ooh, 25, wow, that's more than decent. I wonder how that cannot be additive. It can't be cumulative, because if it was, I think eventually you'd end up with a 100% critical chance. Although that being said, skill Drasil is quite interesting, and that you can actually do things like that in some cases. You can end up with over 100%, or with skills that, if used together, can kill you. For example, if you have a chaos inoculation, makes you completely immune to chaos damage, but takes away all your life except for 1. You have 1 health. But it doesn't improve your energy shield either. You just, have 1 health and immunity to chaos damage, which seems sort of stupid, but chaos damage ignores your energy shield. Now, if you were to have chaos inoculation and blood magic, which means that you cast all your spells not from mana but from health, if you ever tried to use any ability, you die. By the way, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I am attempting to partly it's for experience, mostly it's for experience, but the next part of it is that I'm trying to full clear the map, meaning that there are no monsters here anymore for me to deal with. Well, mostly. There still are monsters. Eventually the instance will reset every 8 to 15 minutes. If that you're not in a map, it just resets and all the monsters come back to life, ready for you to grind on through. Because this is made by Grinding Gear Games. It wouldn't make sense if there wasn't grinding. Should I just go forward? You know what? Forget it. Let's just move on forward, onto Tidal Island. I must say, the first time I did go through here, it gave me some trouble. Let's see if it does this time. I'd hate to die on YouTube. That would just be... oh, man. Just imagine all of you laughing at me from your computers. The bag of chips in hand, just like, let's watch this guy suck. Oh, well, okay. Ooh, wow, that went up to 5. Interesting. Now, the thing about summoning, and part of the reason I like summoning, is because, honestly, I'm a coward. I am a total coward. I don't like being outnumbered. I hate it, actually. The reason I love summoning is because, in essence, I'm never outnumbered. As they die, I get stronger. Their death feeds my army. They feed my health. They feed my mana. This is why I love this game. There might be just... They basically could come at me forever once I get all my summons and all my abilities. Yeah, I basically could just sort of withstand... Oh, whoa-ho! You have a spellcaster. Not good. Back up, folks. Don't back up. Move forward. Charge this BS. Let's get this done. Double strike. Done. Medicine chest. Got it down. Yep, that's right. I can complete it looks like I can complete these, I can complete quests. Is the word I was looking for. You can complete quests without actually having to have received them. That is awesome. So we're going to do that for this entire act. We don't need to talk to nobody. Just going to keep on getting stronger. You have to sort of wonder what it must feel like to just sort of run in and just start killing people. I don't know. That's something I certainly wonder about. I mean, what is that like? You're just like, I'm just gonna run over. Who are these people? Why do the zombies not attack them? Why did I pick up that bow? I certainly don't want it. I mean, think about that for a second. Zombies do not attack these guys. Like, all the different monsters here, just leave them be. Does that mean they're monsters themselves, or what? What's the lore behind that? How does it make any sense? Oh, well, whatever. I remember in Diablo 2, I think there were wizards that kept the encampment safe. Diablo 3 doesn't have that, apparently, and neither does this. You always have to wonder why on earth they're protected. Doesn't make any sense to me. What does make sense is the fact that I am just beast mode. Reeve apparently is amazing. And so, of course, are my zombies, my little pets. I do like them so. And here we go again with the Tide Striders. Anyway, I think I might actually end up going for that mana regeneration at some point, because mana, especially later in the game, will become extremely problematic for me. That's actually the biggest thing that happens, is I drain through mana potions like it's nobody's business. It's just, I can't even explain. You can't fathom how quickly I go through it. Either way, we're just going to be keeping on moving forward. Maybe this is less... You know what? After this hour or so of play is done, somebody leave a comment and tell me whether it's more interesting for me to go back and take each quest individually, or just plow through monsters like they're not there. I'm going to be grabbing this waypoint so that I can teleport here or teleport out if I need to. Although so far I haven't really had any reason to go back. Very much wish that my life on hit could apply to my energy shield. That would be beautiful. But I'm okay with that. Ooh, weathered carving. Get some lore in here. Get some lore up in here. Alright, let's take a listen.
Black storms descend on us from the north. Unnatural tempests of rage and hatred, lashing our backs, tearing at our houses. The rain is shot with shadow. It withers our crops, sickens our livestock.
I think this ray class
And
will serve.
The wind carries with it a restless spirit that breeds melancholy and madness. A spirit that creeps through our dreams, weaves tales of misdeed around our resting minds. We try not to listen. We try to remember ourselves. Some of us forget. Brothers fight. Brothers die. Calm punishes those that quarrel, that steal, that murder. Yet still the nightmares goad us into malefaction. We Karui are banished from sleep.
Yeah, that's interesting. There you go. Yeah, basically part of the lore of this game is that there was a empire here called the Eternal Empire. Sort of a joke, because they certainly weren't very eternal now, were they? They're all gone. That existed before Ray class became as untamed and insane as it is. And then a race called the Karui came and invaded, and before the Eternal Empire there was something called the Vol too. I know almost nothing about them, except that they were much more advanced than than all the people here. So yeah, that's about all I know about them. The Karui invaded and got pretty far, and then realized that this land is like total hell. Basically, the dead don't stay dead. People get like nightmares and things like that, and they just totally freaked out. Well, I wonder how the Eternal Empire dealt with it. They're probably just like, whatever, suck it up, Karui. Interestingly enough, the Karui are the race you are if you play as a Marauder, I believe. And they are supposedly based off the Maori tribesmen of, I think it's an island near Australia. Don't quote me, I have no idea. By the way, these things apparently are what chicken are in Rayclast. That's what I am told by the characters. The lore on them is that they are the chickens. By the way, if we open this up, we can see monster level is 5, and I am level 5. I thought it was actually level 4. Whatever, it'll be fine. Who cares if they're above my level anyways? I certainly don't. I don't even know what I'm doing. I am talking and killing, and you know what? I like that. That's a very nice way to be. Anyway, there's really not much that anybody's really able to do versus me at this point, mostly because of my life on hit. That's definitely a part of it. Yeah, the +3 life gained on hit. I mean, look at that. That's like it's more than 3% of my life, certainly. When you combine that with the fact that I'm able to raise the dead and do a ton of damage, and is this better than what I've got? More life, less energy shield. Same quantity of that, but I gain resistance. Ooh, I like. And I gain more damage. Okay, that is definitely going to be my new item. I'm going to raise me up some servants, and I'm going to go kill this bone roa. Apparently, yeah, chicken bones. That's what I'm being attacked by. Interesting note, I actually have worked at a meat department at a butchery. It's a very interesting place, and I still can remember how to basically butcher a chicken. If you gave me a chicken, I could hand you a chicken nugget, pretty much. Well, actually, chicken nugget, I mean, no, but anybody could hand you a chicken nugget, and you basically just cut up the meat. But if you want, I mean, I could basically make you whatever you want out of a chicken. You give me a chicken, I hand you a meal. Partly because I love to cook, partly because I know how to butcher. And now you'll see I'm surrounded. Of course, Reeve making a huge difference, allowing me just to slaughter my way through that. Oh my gosh, I love you, Reeve. Oh, I hope my shadow gets that. Because if my shadow gets that, I don't think anything can kill me. I really don't. Reeve is just amazing. Oh, it's great. Now, somewhere in here there should be a necromancer, I think, who I'm totally going to kill. I don't know. I love when you go to town and it's like, oh, this necromancer raising the bone roas, as if we have enough trouble without a necromancer. And I'm like, I totally have my zombies waiting out there. Like, it just seems hypocritical. Maybe, for some reason I'm getting a feeling that the zombie, or the necromancer isn't going to spawn unless I accept the quest, though. We'll find out. I really hope he does, because that'd just be fun. Yeah, there we go. Kill the necromancer and his minions. Consider it done. Ain't nothing gonna be surviving this place. He might raise minions, but honestly, it could matter less to me. So all it does is give me more things to kill, more energy to steal, more life to take. You can't win this battle. Actually, I'm just going to raise some of my... Uh-oh. Oh no, I died. So much for any of that, right? Ouch, let myself get surrounded, and it just beat the crap out of me. Ouch. Oh. All of a sudden, all my talk sort of... Sure sounds bad, doesn't it? Ouch. But that's just sort of the way it goes sometimes, you know? Sometimes you just get kicked. Going to have to check out my stash here for a second, see if I don't have some slippers or shoes to put on. That might make enough of a difference to allow me to go back and give this guy what's coming to him, because I do not take anything like that. I am going to put this guy in the ground where he belongs. Oh wait, okay, wrong thing. That requires 8. I don't even think that's good compared to what I have. Yeah, it's not even. It does have those links though, which are useful. But basically what's going on right now is I'm trying to see if there's anything that'll give me an advantage when I fight that necromancer again, because I don't like to lose. In fact, I hate losing. In fact, I would rather, let's not even talk about that, but losing is just not something I really like to do. So, Bloodshade versus Armageddon Twine. Let's see, this gives me more energy shield. But it reflects. No, I think what I have is better. So we're going to stick with that. Frost Wall. I'm looking at level requirements for all these things, if indeed you are wondering. Shock Nova 16. Wrath. Using Pulse. What happened to my... there you are. Requires level 19. Now that's pity. Spectres certainly would have changed the way this worked a whole great deal. Either way, it looks like we will be going in mostly with this stuff. Yeah. I can, of course, exchange some of my life flasks here. And some of my mana. This might be enough to make the difference actually in the battle. We'll definitely have to see here. And taking this one out. Well, let's identify this one. And there we go. I am all set and ready. Not gonna give up. Never give up. Never surrender. That is my creed. I'm gonna put this back where it belongs. Never give up. Never surrender. That's a good creed to live by too. So yeah, let's get this done. Ain't gonna let him take me down. No way, no how. Well, the problem is, if you get arrogant in this game, if you say, oh, I can't possibly lose because of how good I am, you lose. This game finds ways to punish you for it, and I just had myself reminded. Please don't tell Dark Voice, though, because, yeah, I don't think I'd ever live it down if he's just like, you suck. Nah, he's not like that. Whatever. I don't know. I'm running out of things like... just like my mind isn't working. I'm just sort of trying to wrap my head around me talking about not liking to lose. If this was Onslaught right now, it'd be over. Well, it's not really over. It's just that since I want to play through on Onslaught, it'd be over because when you die, you become a standard character. Either way, if that guy thinks I am going to let him survive this for even a second, he's got another thing coming. He has another thing coming. I'm going to get right up and close to him. Recover health here. Basically, I am absolutely... Okay, this isn't going to work. One of the things you got to know when to do is know when to run. Uh-oh. Got to escape. Got to get out of here. Don't worry though, he's certainly taking damage. It's just I'm not quite able to kill him off in one hit, so I need to get out and recover some of my forces here. I think I accidentally just spammed 1 instead of Q and just took out all my health. Oh well, that's fine. I'm gonna have to engage this maybe a little differently. There we go, got him down. Alright, like I said, I'm not going to actually fall to some loser like that. He is not going to win a battle versus me, even though it's not really him that wins, it's his minions that are the real trouble. I kept killing mine. That's why I need Lord of the Dead, basically. Your minions, they sort of need to be stronger. Now, anyways, let's take a look, because I want some shoes. I'm wandering around in a fatigued pool. Alright. Oh, it's required level 6. That's why I can't use it. I'm wandering around barefoot in a fatigued pool. That's just... sounds disgusting. Whatever. I guess it'll have to do for now. I'm not going to be able to put anything on. That's alright. That's okay. We're just gonna keep on killing. Should we find anything to kill. Now, one of the things you have to know about when you play this game as a group is that the rewards are a heck of a lot better, but, oh my gosh. But so are the problems. What just happened? Oh my goodness. Okay, I think it's not a good idea to go to the fatigue pool. We're going to stay out of there for a bit. We're going to spend some time in the mud flats, trying to be a little stronger. Ouch. Oh my goodness. What was that? What kind of just a destruction? Oh, you'll never... Ouch. That was sort of painful. That hurt my pride there. Basically what happened was those were slightly superior units. Like that one there, the Plated Roa Scavenger. All of those ones had blue names like that, I am 90% sure. Basically what that means is that they were just sort of all dominant units. Now, I wouldn't call them uniques. I sort of want to call them... Hello, folks. How do I even say what happened? Basically, there was an error, and it said something about not having a non-zero reference count, and all of a sudden this game basically just sort of freaked out on me. So yeah, I'm going to be heading on back to where I was. Probably the instances have reset now. It's going to be a little bit of annoyance, but hey, whatever. Basically, that was just weird. Nope, it looks like it hasn't been enough time to manage to recover everything just right. By the way, have you noticed that when I'm raising, none of these are like humanoid bodies and they're raising as humanoid forms? Just thought I'd point that out. Anyways, yeah, how do I even talk about what just happened? Now, by the way, notice how it's gaining, like, those charges. I don't even know what those things do, and I know it's dangerous. And that's what was sort of happening to me in that last one there. Let's see, cast speed, minion life. Oh, no, I have to go Lord of the Dead first. There we go. Oh, gotta love that Lord of the Dead. Anyways, we're only going to be playing for about another 10-15 minutes. And hey, you know what? If you like this, leave a comment. Tell me if you do. Ooh, Chaos Orb. Now that is useful. The Chaos Orbs are basically sort of the main currency of the game for high-level players, because it allows you to re-roll the stats and abilities on a unique, or not a unique, sorry, on a rare item. So they are very useful. You have enough of them and you can basically just keep re-rolling until you have whatever you want. And that's, of course, why people like them. Why are all of these... Oh gosh, here we go, boss battle. Oh yeah. That wasn't really much of a boss battle, was it? Whatever. So, okay. It's all good. What did I pick up? Don't want. And don't want. Yeah, so anyway, there we go. I've got 4 zombies now. Basically, the Chaos Orb is just totally the most useful thing you'll ever get. Maybe I'll be able to trade it for a Lightning Warp, which is an ability I want so much. Oh my gosh, I can't even describe to you how much I want the ability Lightning Warp, because it will allow me to basically teleport. It's like having Blink. Oh, and that's just useful. Anyways, continuing on here in this battle. At this point, I'm a little bit grinding for levels because, yeah, the fatigue pool turned me back twice. Gonna have to remember to be extra careful just sort of wandering in there on Onslaught. And I'm not used to dying, like really not used to dying. I almost never die playing this game because, again, I'm super cautious, and I almost always have the option to run. Of course, that was when I was playing with a wand, and now I'm playing with claws, which I sort of traded my running options for life on kit. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Also, this does way more damage than a wand, and I like that. So yeah, there you go. There be my reasoning. And Reeve is amazing. I love Reeve. Oh, that's beautiful. Anyway. Now, shadows actually do a lot better with claws than witches. Eventually I will be switching to wand and shield because it just makes more sense. Because I'm not going to be going down the claw build because, well, you know, Necro Agus, which allows me to give my the power of my shield to my minions. And that's just very, very useful. Basically makes them that much harder to kill, and most of my power eventually is invested in my ability to summon minions. It's not really in myself, although don't get me wrong, I will be incredibly powerful just by myself. Firestorm, Freezing Pulse, all those good things, although I don't know about that shield anymore. I think I'm going to save, I'm going to get Necroagus. I'm going to follow the build I sort of penned out on my last one, but I'm not going to use Necroagus quite as soon. I'm going to get some claws and play with those for a bit, because they're fun. Anyways, I gained a level. I've wandered around a bit, so I'm going to head back to the Fatigue Pool. We're going to see what happens. Actually, you know what, folks? It's been pretty much an hour, hasn't it? Yeah, it has. Oh gosh, where does the time go? I don't know. But what I do know is this has basically been part 1. We made it to the Mud Flats. Learning the Fatigue Pool is just a little bit too strong for me. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. We're going to be seeing part 2 here. Probably, I don't know when you guys will be seeing it. Maybe I'll do one a day. Maybe I'll do one every couple of days. Who knows? I got a whole lot of things in the video queue that are going to be showing up after my sort of hiatus that came about for a couple of reasons. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Path of Exile? Vladerag? Good. I don't know why I said that. Whatever. Before I dig myself a deeper hole, I'm gonna go.